It is mailbag day, ladies and gentlemen, and on today's episode, we gotta talk about the Patriots head coaching search. Seems like they want to wrap things up pretty damn quick. How does that affect the Chicago Bears? And y'all know we gonna have some fun talking to the Surtees that called in this weekend. Y'all know we gonna talk about it and break it all down right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
I don't know, cdub. I might have to put words to that beat. But welcome in, y'all. Welcome in to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. I know y'all know the intro is fire. Do y'all want to hear words to it? Find out on another episode of Dragon Ball Z. Thank y'all for tuning in. I got my dog cdub with me today. How you feeling, my guy?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. The ghost of Derrick Rose is around, bro.
Everybody feeling good right now, huh?
Yeah, bro. I think it's Derrick, bro.
For sure. But let's talk about this coaching thing that's going around. C-Dub, according to Diana Russini, the Lions OC Ben Johnson interviewed well with the Patriots, but plans to meet with other teams. Meanwhile, the Patriots are pushing for a quick resolution to their head coaching search per sources. Many around the league expect a decision to come this weekend. C-Dub, if the Patriots go ahead and snatch up a Ben Johnson, snatch up a Mike Vrabel before the Chicago Bears move, because it seemed like they want to take their, a little bit more time to evaluate prospects out there, how will that, if any at all, affect the Chicago Bears head coaching search?
It'll take a lot of steam out of their sail if one of those two top guys, the most coveted names coming out of this offseason, and Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel, it'll take a lot of steam out of their sail because I would think they'll be on top of the list of both of those guys, or probably everybody in this who's searching for a coaching job. So that'll really hurt the Bears, even though I don't think that will come to fruition, because I think the New England Patriots, I think they know who they want, and they have said that they're going to be probably this weekend making an announcement, right? So it's probably going to be Mike Vrabel. That's what I'm going to point it to. I think Ben Johnson in itself, I think he knows what team he wants to be the coach of, and he sits at that position where he can actually do that, choose his team where he want to coach from, not get chosen per se like the other coaches is vying for. So I think he already know what teams he want to coach for. He's just waiting for the end of the season, whether that be the Super Bowl or you get bounced out in the next round.
For sure. I agree with that. I think that when it comes to Ben Johnson, look, the worst case scenario for Ben Johnson, he can go back to Detroit and be one of the highest paid assistants.
That's the worst case scenario.
And you still got an office that's still going to be running with you next year, and you can go and try it again. But I will say that this right here is there. I don't think it necessarily the Bears should be worried about this. If a team comes in and swoop in a guy, you live with it. Now, if it's one of the guys that you have at the top of your list, it's kind of hard to see who's at the top of their list right now because they only done 6 interviews and it's like 9 more to go. Well, they added Ron Rivera, so it's 10 more to go. And so it could very well affect them if they had their mind set on Mike Vrabel or Ben Johnson if the Patriots go that route. But I'm with you. I think this whole thing was set up for the Patriots to say, Mike Vrabel, we want you in the building.
Yeah, and nephew, like I'm gonna disagree with you and say that it would hurt them. Like it would hurt you, like your pride, like we got to be the most coveted team. Like people want to come coach. Look at our young quarterback. We got young, budding stars in a defense. We got weapons on the offense. This should be the number one want to go to spot. And we lose out on the two top candidates. That's the consensus, right? These the two top candidates. So if you lose out on both, you got to be looking yourself in the mirror like we really fucked up. We really fucked up, bro.
Well, it'll be at least one, but it could be both if the Jets decide to move a little faster. The Raiders decide
I
to
don't.
move a little faster. To your point,
You think the Jets? You think he would pick the Jets over the Bears?
I don't know. To
No,
be honest
just
with
make
you,
a
I don't.
decision on
Me
that, though.
personally,
Just
I
look at that.
wouldn't.
Look at.
I
okay,
wouldn't.
yeah, okay.
But he could very well go wherever the hell he want. You
With
know what
an
I'm saying?
agent, Aaron Rodgers, and okay.
Hey, sometimes these coaches they be in over their head.
That's a
You know what I'm
dumb
saying?
ass move if he do
And
that.
I can't fault, like, if Mike Vrabel was to take the job this weekend, I can't fault him because
No,
he ain't got no job. So what you gonna think? We're gonna sit around and wait for the Bears to make a decision? No.
And the
So
task.
I do agree with the pride aspect, but other than that, I say the Bears, you still got to do your due
Oh
diligence.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You still got a job to do. Ain't no fucking doubt about it. You can't just get steady, just stay in the dumps because you lost out on the two guys and they do say something, but you still got a job to do. I don't give a fuck. It's still other people that could coach a football team out there, bro.
That's a fact. So my question is if a guy is announced and it's one of their top guys, do you think that'll force the Chicago Bears to move with more urgency, or do you kind of think they just continue to move at their own pace?
I would think that they already got that guy off the list. I think they know who that guy is. If it's New England, if it's one of those two guys. So they already, I don't think they panicking. They already worked that into the equation. This shouldn't be a big deal for the Chicago Bears. It shouldn't be a big deal.
Agree. And before we get into the mailbag, in other news, Pete Carroll completed his interview, and it was being, some leaks came out pretty much saying that Pete wants the job badly. Ooh. And that he has a succession plan in place for when he does permanently retire. Y'all see cdub smiling cheek to cheek. So go ahead and let the people know how you feel about that little leak.
I know y'all, they already know how I feel. I told y'all I'm gonna be the responsible one. I want to know how you feel, nephew.
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it. Like I said, he's not at the top of my list, but he's on the list. He's still
like where though? Where?
You'll probably put him down. He top 5. I mean, he ain't number 1 or number 2. He like number 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. like, he either 3, 4, 5. You can place him any way you go. But hey, a succession plan and already lining up with some assistants that you already have in mind. It's not a bad way to go into an interview. It's not a bad way.
Hey, I would tell y'all, if Pete gets the coach, then Thomas might be able to stay as OC. It's a possibility, Joe. I'm telling you. I say if Pete comes on as coach, Thomas may have a chance to stay on as OC. Then he go sit in the box.
Even be mad at that. He could sit his ass right up in the box and continue to learn. And hopefully he bring his ass down on the field so he can go ahead and work on his game. And then hopefully the succession plan is including somebody like a Thomas Brown. I don't know, maybe. Because he's not ready right now, but he could be in the next few years.
Yeah, if he want to continue his coaching success and want to be a head coach, he got to get up out that box. Hell, he think he a hamster or some shit. He a gerbil. Get out the box.
But it's time to get into the mailbag, y'all. Let us know how you feeling about the recent news with the Patriots and how that can affect the Chicago Bears coaching search. And also just chime in on the Pete Carroll aspect since we got a leak that came out. But hey, it's time to get it all up into it. Now we're going to do it and get right to it. C-Dub, this first one is from Dre.
Bobby, hey, C-Dub, Steve-O, Big Kev, Kanye boys. This be your boy Dre calling in from McKinley Park. Hey, I just wanted to call in and ask a question, man. If you run polls and you really want Ben Johnson, how long are you going to give him to make a decision on whether or not he's going to accept your offer to become the Bears' next head coach? If it's me, I would let him know I need to know by the end of the month. And the reason for that being is because the combine is February 27th. You don't want to have because they're going to the Super Bowl. You don't want to have 2 weeks to hire your coach and they got 2 weeks to fill out their coaching staff and then rush to get ready for the combine. But let me know what you think on that. Shout-town up, that end.
Shout out to Dre, quick and to the point. How I love it. Shout out to you, my guy. C-Dub, what you got?
That was a great question. First off, I would say that Chicago Bears sit in a unique situation where they get to hire a guy that can grow with a young aspiring quarterback, a number one draft pick. And I think I still want to think on it, nephew. Go ahead. I just want to think
I
on
would
it.
say that you give it some time. I would imagine that Ben Johnson has already, when he went into his interview earlier today, that he had an idea of what kind of guys already that he wants to bring in as assistants. I don't think you go into an interview unprepared, because I would, me personally, if I'm the GM and I'm interviewing somebody, if I'm the president, I'm the owner. Hey, if we are to hire you, who is your staff? Who's going to be a part of your staff to help us not only be sound on defense, but also establish a running game, because you absolutely need that for the sake of this team. And how do we develop Caleb? So I would imagine that Ben Johnson already has something in mind. So if the Lions do make it to the Super Bowl, it shouldn't require Ben Johnson a lot of time to fill out his staff. He should already have guys in his mind on who he's going to call up to say, hey, I'm finna go do this thing. Let's go win some damn games. Just
Okay.
saying.
Okay. Now I knew you was gonna come with that answer, and that was the perfect answer. My answer would be there would be no problem because everybody will be professionally courteous. I don't see this as any type of problem. Like if you offer somebody a job, they will be courteous in a given amount of time, not even a given amount of time, just be courteous with your time to come back with an answer. So that's why I wanted you to go first, because I knew you would give the professional answer, but I'm going with the the obvious answer. Like there wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it won't, for sure. But hey, we appreciate the call, Dre. C-Dub, it's time to get into this next one. We got to holler at the Dark Knight from Virginia Beach. That's Milton. That's Milton. Hey, my man said he the Dark Knight. Y'all heard? Here it is.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Bobby, C-Dub, Big Kev, Steve-O, Chicago Bears Central, them Cognac boys. What it do, fellas? It's Milton, the Dark Knight, calling from Virginia Beach once again. Yeah, man. Well, let the three-wing circus of head coaching candidates begin. Like I said last week, I'm not gonna get all hyped up or excited about this. All I'm like how y'all said, just hope we can pick the right guy this time. And another thing, everybody's focusing on the head coach. I'm really going to be focusing on who the OC and the DC is, and especially on the defensive side of the ball. We really do need to change up this defensive scheme from a 4-3 to a 3-4 or a hybrid or something, though. That's just my opinion about it, because this zone defense that they did all season long wasn't working. Guys getting wide open, getting these huge chunk plays and touchdowns. It's got to be a change with that defensive scheme. And on the offensive side, we need some straight up dogs, man, like Rottweilers, pit bulls, Great Danes, to keep our quarterback upright instead of on his back or running for his life, or a combination of the two. And I just hope that this new OC also will be able to do some more passes down the field instead of all these stupid screen passes, man. If I had to see one more screen pass this forthcoming season, man, I'm gonna scream, man. It's like, come on, man. Hope they can just unlock this guy's potential, but I'm happy for Caleb Williams and stuff. But I just hope it translates over to win this forthcoming season. And as far as keeping Thomas Brown on, me personally, I think he coached himself out of the running for even the OC job here. I mean, good luck with him trying to get elsewhere. Like if the Seahawks was trying to get at him and everything. So, maybe he'll do better over there. And here's something to throw into the hat as far as defensive. I think it's Robert Sala, or whatever his last name is. I think he used to be with the Jetsons. I heard he's supposed to be a good DC. Too bad we can't get Fangio. He's with the Eagles, and they're going to the playoffs. And, of course, if Todd Bowles is on the market, then that dude can disguise blitzes like it was no tomorrow, man. Those will be my two. But I would also love Lovie Smith will be able to come back. But that's just, on my dream sheet of defensive candidates. OC, I really don't know. I'm just it is what it is at this point. But fellas, all I'm gonna say is I'm just glad we beat them damn Packers. So I'm just still rumbling over that victory. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good weekend. Stay warm, stay up. Chicago up, bear down. I'll holler at you on the next one.
All right, shout out to Milton. cdub, what you got?
Hey, shout out to Milton with some great questions and some great comments he had on there. I think he was trying to talk about the most important job the Bears had and that they had to deal with, and I thought it would be the most important job would be the offensive line, beyond the head coach and offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. It has to be the offensive line because we don't even have a head coach, offensive coordinator, or defensive coordinator, but we have a quarterback going into the future, and he does not have a safe offensive line. That's the most important job this offseason. The 4-3 defense, I don't think we need to change it into the 3-4. I think we just need to be a more aggressive, more competitive 4-3 defense. Thomas Brown, the only way I think that he stays in Chicago Bears is Pete Carroll is the head coach, and maybe, and there's still a small percentage of chance that he stays as the OC. And hey, man, I would love if Lovie Smith, if all else fails, if we could just fall into Lovie Smith and he be the head coach again. And FGB for a fucking living. Yes.
You already know FGB. FGB, and I don't care what none of y'all say. That was the Super Bowl for me. That was the best thing I could ever wish for this season with the way that it went. But to Milton's point, when you talk about the DCs and the OCs, Robert Saleh, I think he'll be a good addition. But I'm on the side of cdub here. I don't think you necessarily have to change into a 3-4 defense. I just think that you have to attack your trenches on the defensive side like you have to attack the trenches on the offensive side. If you get another guy to pair in there inside and on the other side, the edge, you can rush the passer more often with 4. And then when you send Tremaine Edmonds or TJ Edwards or that corner blitz, it's much more effective. And I'm with cdub. I think they need to pay a little bit more press coverage, in my opinion. I think that's the strength of those cornerbacks, in my personal opinion. I don't necessarily know what they like per se, but I've heard comments after comments about, hey, we should have played up more. Hey, we should have been a little bit more aggressive. So I imagine that the guys want to play a little bit more aggressive. And if you look around the league, that's the last point. A lot of people play zones because how often teams are passing. But again, it all goes back to the defensive line. You can effectively play in coverage if you have a solidified pass rushing defensive line.
Oh, bro.
But hey, appreciate the call, Milton. cdub, we about to get into this next one. This one's from Donovan.
Donovan.
Hey, what's going on, team? It's your boy Donovan, man. I've been watching recent episodes lately, and it's been too many people that it's like y'all getting spoiled at this point. Like what type of moves y'all think about making? Keep talking about, oh, we got it in Terrell Smith and Tyreek Stevenson. We can just trade Jalen Johnson away. I'm like, if that ain't the most Bears move to trade the good player away and then they go do good on the other team that they go to, like, what the fuck? Why do we keep giving players that are fucking good away? I don't care how much depth we have. I don't care what y'all think we could get back. It's not about that. We got enough draft capital. We got enough resources. We got enough plans for the future. We got enough cornerbacks. Like, come on now, injuries happen. Stop sitting here just saying it like it's just a simple move we can make. Like, that's not a Pro Bowler. Like, that's not a second team All-Pro. First team, if we could ever conjure up a respectable defense. But, like, stop making this shit. This shit is getting out of hand at this point. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Chicago up there now.
All right, Donovan, make sure you pick up that other line, bro. We heard that bit. Beep, beep.
That was a hospital or something.
Yeah, real, boy, that's the other line.
Hope you good, bro.
But Donovan, I agree with you. I agree that we shouldn't be trying to trade Jalen Johnson. I was just coming from, I don't know if you caught it, but this is what I said after the Green Bay game. I said it will be interesting to know if a guy like Mike Vrabel comes into the locker room and see if there are any issues. And we talked about guys who's been around and been losing and guys that were more vocal. Would that be something to where Mike Vrabel would be like, oh, hell no? But I do agree with you that we should be trying to retain talent right now with the situation that we're in, and because we need to be trying to improve and add, not subtract right now. The only thing you need to be subtracting from this team is them weak ass offensive lineman Ryan Poles signed. So I agree with you. It is getting a little bit ridiculous, but you gotta expect it, and that's the territory that we're in. When people want to win, they're gonna try to say any and everything to see if the Chicago Bears can finally become a winner. And you know, some people gonna throw some trades out there. cdub, what you got?
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me somebody said out their
Trade
mouth,
Jalen Johnson.
trade
Yes.
Jalen Johnson? Wow. Whoever said that, you're grounded. If you said that, you're these words right here: irresponsible, illegitimate, inane, insane, profane, and dumb as fuck. Who the hell said that?
I just said, look, y'all know the conversation we had to see if, hey, because we talked about Jalen Johnson being the one to speak out the most from what we've heard. So it was just an interesting topic. We never alluded to saying trade him though, you know. Well, at least
Nobody said.
us. But there was somebody out there that absolutely said trade Jalen Johnson for sure.
Ooh, he's past that.
For sure. But we appreciate the call, Donovan cdub. It's a guy that called in to troll you. This is from Mike from the South. Let's see what he got to say.
Mike.
Here it is.
Yo, Bobby, cdub, what it do? It's your boy Mike once again, calling from the South Side. And basically, I'm gonna let you know right now, in this voicemail, I'm really just calling because I want to troll cdub and a lot of other Bears fans out here. Now, my top coaching pick, this is an extension of the voicemail I left last week, by the way, about Mike McCarthy. Now I know the Cowboys rejected his interview or whatever, but he's still a free agent this upcoming next week. Now my hope is that he doesn't want to go back to Dallas because I believe he's the perfect head coach for the Bears, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna expose some hypocrisy right now, because if people was to find out that Mike Tomlin was a free agent head coach, all Bears fans would say, yeah, let's go get him. Let's go get him. Like, we got to get Mike Tomlin. When in reality, Mike McCarthy and Mike Tomlin is basically the same head coach. And I got some facts to back that up. So, Mike McCarthy has a 60% career win percentage. Mike Tomlin is at 63%. Mike McCarthy has 174 wins in his career, which is 11th all time. 12th all time. Mike Tomlin has 183 career wins, which is like 8th all time or something like that. Okay. McCarthy and Tomlin both got a Super Bowl. McCarthy been to 4 NFC championship games. Tomlin been to 3 AFC championship games. They both made the playoffs 12 times in their career. Mike McCarthy has 8 division titles, and Tomlin has 7 division titles. And Mike Tomlin also hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. So that's just that on that. But I don't know if the Cowboys was to re-sign McCarthy. My second pick, and honestly, I'm not on the Ben Johnson hype train like everybody else. Is he a good offensive coordinator? Yeah, but he hasn't proven anything as a head coach. So, I would prefer to go with Vrabel, even though I think he's going to Las Vegas or to New England. But if he was to go to one of those two teams, then I would take Johnson. And if Johnson decides he wants to go to Jacksonville or somewhere else, I would take a long, hard look at Joe Brady. He's been with Josh Allen for the last few seasons. Josh Allen playing at a potential MVP level. So I would take a long, hard look at him. So that's my top 3. And I would throw Pete Carroll on there, but Pete Carroll is 73. We don't know how long he's going to coach. And then I guess I'll probably throw Brian Flores on there. But yeah, long story short, I just wanted to call and troll cdub talking about Mike McCarthy because I know he say you're out.
All right. Shout out to Mike from the South Side. C-Dub, the floor is yours.
Mike from the South Side, my ninja. That was really fucking dirty what you just tried to pull right here in front of the masses. You tried to make a case for fucking Mike McCarthy. The essence of mediocrity, the essence of mid. You want to know what's mid? This is what's going to be a picture in the dictionary next to the word mid. 11-11 in the playoffs. Here's your quarterbacks, A-Rod and Dak Prescott. That's the essence of mid. Add on to the fact that he's a fucking op. And he is canceled from this coaching search. I don't want to interview or nothing. I don't give a damn. All that can be true, what you just said. But I don't care. No Mike McCarthy. His players don't respect him, and neither will the Chicago Bears fans will. So fuck them.
I ain't got nothing to add. It is what it is. Look, Mike McCarthy is Mike McCarthy. He got into the 14th to re-up with the Dallas Cowboys, and then he might be a free agent. We shall see what happens. But that's on y'all. That's between you and C-Dub. I love it. Both of y'all came with some good shit. I hope y'all keep it going. Let's
Mike
get it.
know he mid, bro.
But hey, we jump. Appreciate you, Mike. C-Dub, we jumping into the last one from the day. This from one of ours. Here's the last one of the day. It's from Fred.
Fred.
Got boys, what it do? Bobby, C-Dub. This be your boy Fred, man. Hope everything going well with y'all, man. Shout out to Big Kev and Steve-O, man. Hey, man, I just want to say this, man. I hope them assholes pick the right coach for this team and get the team going in the right direction, man. I'm so tired of the Bears always picking these yes-man-ass coaches, man. We don't need no yes-man-ass coaches. We need coaches that's going to know, like, how their own mindset and get the team right, man, regardless if the McCaskies like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's all George used to, picking yes-man-ass coaches, you know what I'm saying? Because that's why our team ain't never, you know what I'm saying, going to be successful. We need a coach that's going to tell George, like, hey, stay your punk ass in the office and write the goddamn checks, man. And it's like, George don't get it. If he don't know football, maybe his dumb ass shouldn't be running the Chicago Bears organization. Maybe him and his dumb ass family should just sell the team, man, because it makes no sense. Now, Ryan Poles, he better get this head coaching job right because this is depending on his job. You know what I'm saying? Because if he don't get it right, he might as well, you know, cancel Christmas and get ready, you know, to get his ass up out of Chicago, man. And I was watching Windy City Breeze, and I forgot the guy there, JC. He was saying that the Bears, you know what I'm saying, like he's giving me the background of Carter's offensive coordinator. I forgot the guy's name. I think his name Dave, started with a Z, something like that. And I went and looked at his resume and looked at how the Cardinals offense was. And he's the type of coach that like to run first, then pass. You know, he likes to open up that pass game with the run by hitting teams in the mouth, which I think he won't be a bad, you know what I'm saying, candidate. But only thing about it, like, hey, like, do we have that leadership? You know what I'm saying? Can he get the team in the right direction, though? That's the only thing, you know, if we don't get Mike Vrabel. Hopefully that even if we do, you know what I'm saying, get Mike Vrabel, that's fine. And we get Robert Saleh as our D coordinator. And if Vrabel decide to keep Eric Williams on and make him just a D-line coach, that'll be fine. Now, if any of these coaching candidates don't get hired, like that dude from the Cardinals, if he don't get hired as a head coach, hell, bring him on as the OC. You know what I'm saying? He can get, you know, this offense together. Because you look at the Cardinals this past season, you know what they, you know what I'm saying, their rankings was, it wasn't too bad. You know, he even had the tight end McBride did this thing, and I know he'll utilize tight end more than what that punk ass Shane Waldron did. You feel me? So I'm just looking forward to the offseason. They're getting this line together. We get a better O-line coach, and we just, you know what I'm saying, get back to putting our foot in people's ass. Let me know what you think, fellas. Chicago up there all the way down.
Shout out to Fred, and that coaching candidate that you're talking about is Drew Petzing. The man been coaching since 2009, has stints with Cleveland, Minnesota, Cleveland again, and then Arizona. He had time as an offensive assistant, wide receivers coach, tight ends coach, quarterback coach, and offensive coordinator. Me, he's not my first choice. I do like the coaching history, but he's not my first choice. We'll see what happens. I do know that He coached that game to where the Cardinals whooped the Bears' ass. I do know that. But what else is new? C-Dub, what you got?
I just that was beautifully eloquated by Fred. Good voicemail right there. Good answer from you. I just got a question and then a comment really quick. The question is to the Chicago Bears fans. Why do all of you fans want the Bears to run more? And we got a quarterback like Caleb Williams. That's just a question. Answer me in the comments. I just don't understand that. And number two, for the Chicago Bears moving into the right direction, I have an idea, nephew. And this is a little bit off from the voicemail. No more celebrating the 85 Bears individually or as a team. No more.
I'm with you.
That's enough. It's time to look forward, bro.
I wasn't even born.
Like, that's it, bro. We don't want to see that shit no more. Let's get some more.
And I got an answer to your question. They want the Bears to run more because the Bears need balance. If you look at the playoff teams around them right now, Kansas City Chiefs run a nice amount of, you know what I'm saying? Baltimore runs a nice amount of times. Detroit Lions run a nice amount. Green Bay Packers run. Vikings, Eagles, Chargers. We can go on and on. That's why you got to create more balance with your approach. If you go 28 times with the passing, you got to have a good 20 between 20 and 25 runs.
Okay.
It has to be there.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, all of those examples, they pass more than run, like a lot more.
It depends on the game.
So I'm glad that you ended like that.
Don't abandon the run.
But you know what that's like? That's like leaving your gun on your room table or something like that. That's like not bringing your bullets to the fight. You know what I'm saying? If you got a guy that can throw the ball around the field and you don't use them, that's like what you got it for. Might as well go get a knife. You know what I mean? Do that make any sense?
I mean, in a way, but I'm gonna take it this way. You got to keep the defense honest. So if you come up CW, you say, "Hey, give me everything," and I do this before you get close to me. If you got the knife, I'm gonna keep you honest. And you gonna back the fuck up. That's the same thing. You have to keep the defense honest. That's why you have to establish the run. You don't necessarily have to run more than you pass, but you have to have a nice balance of run and pass.
Can I ask one more question? Two more questions. Would you say that Caleb Williams is more Dan Marino or Rodney Peete?
Okay, Marino, but he.
All right. Okay. Now, do you think in any year of his career did Dan Marino not have many passes than how many passing attempts than rushing attempts by the team?
And I'm gonna throw this right back at you. How many Super Bowls appearance he went to with playing that way? One. He never got back. It's not sustainable.
Tom Brady.
He had run games.
But he passed more than he ran. I mean,
but
Tom Brady.
The point is that there has to be a balance. It doesn't have to be 50-50, but there has
to be. Give me a number then.
Balance.
I'll shut up. Give me a number. 60-40.
Go 45-55. Depending on your game.
It got to be 60-40 with a quarterback like that.
No, fuck that. He needs to develop. He can't even make sure his footwork is good enough on each and every play. He needs more development.
But we started at 55-45. He going into his second year. He can't get 60-40.
No, because it's not winning. It's not a winning formula right now in this league.
Y'all guns gonna get rusty.
No, it ain't.
Rusty.
No, it ain't.
Hope you got your oil in your.
Where Joe Burrow at?
What? Why would you bring up Joe Burrow?
Because he passed more. He passed about 65, but he passed way more than they ran. I don't know the percentage. They passed way
spectacular?
More than they ran.
Is he the
Where is he?
Is he the reason?
Where is he?
He's on vacation.
This is his second year not making the playoffs.
But is he the reason? Or is it the portrait defense? It's not him. What the hell? It's not him.
That's why you need to establish balance, because if you add that run game to those spectacular performances, you take time away from the other team. That's why you establish the run.
I'm not discounting the run. I'm just saying you're gonna throw the ball around when you got a talent like that.
Right, but you ain't throwing that bitch around not way more than you run. Is the whole point. It has to be some type of balance.
Okay, 60-40 clip for me. That's it.
And that's why we at home. Because they wanted more 300-yard games than running the ball.
I agree. 55-45 first year. Second year, 60-40. You supposed to
Hell
progress.
no, he ain't there yet.
Oh, y'all want to baby these players. Oh, whatever.
We ain't babying them. We trying to establish a winning formula for the Chicago Bears.
Babying and coddling and not letting them run through the fields is not conducive of winning. It's not letting them free. You got to let them free, bro. Let the shit loose, bro.
I'm gonna let it ride, but that's bullshit. Cause we'll be here for the next 10 minutes. Cause that's bullshit, and you know it's bullshit for real. Now, what else you got left before we be here for another 10? Bogus as hell. Fuck. Bogus as hell.
Number one. Y'all know I'm right, man. Let me know.
He wrong as hell. Let him know in the chat. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in into this episode. We hope y'all enjoyed it. For those that didn't get an opportunity to call in, make sure you call in 773-242-9336. And if you want to troll cdub Mike from the South, I want to hear it. It's actually kind of cool. I ain't gonna hold you. I appreciate everybody that called in, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one though. Shot-town up. Bet down, y'all. Peace.
Caleb gonna throw for 35 attempts a game next season. Watch, boy.
And we gonna be losing. Losing.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.